How can I perform Hajj according to the Quran only? Can you explain?
Sure, Omar. I'll not only explain how to perform Hajj according to the Quran, but also how you can do it safely, avoid the heavy crowds, and save a significant amount of money in the process. First and most important, we have to understand that Hajj is to be performed during specific months, not just on certain days as many believe today. Allah says in chapter 2, verse 197, Hajj is during well-known months. So whoever has made Hajj obligatory upon himself during them, there is to be for him no sexual relations, no disobedience, and no arguing during Hajj. This means Hajj spans several months. The pilgrim performs the rituals over specific counted days within any of these months, at minimum 2 days for those who hasten. Allah says in chapter 2, verse 203, and remember Allah during specific numbered days. Then whoever hastens his departure, in 2 days there is no sin upon him, and whoever delays there is no sin upon him, for whoever fears Allah, and fear Allah and know that to him you will be gathered.
Yes, the verses are clear. But what are these months in which Hajj can be performed?
It is well known that the Hajj season begins with the month of Dhul Hijjah, and the Quran confirms that there are 4 sacred months. Allah says in chapter 9, verse 36, indeed, the number of months with Allah is 12, lunar months in the register of Allah from the day He created the heavens and the earth. Of these, 4 are sacred. That is the correct religion, so do not wrong yourselves during them. And in the next verse, Allah clarifies how the Arabs distorted the timing of the sacred months. Indeed, the postponing of sacred months is an increase in disbelief by which those who have disbelieved are led further astray. They make it lawful 1 year and unlawful another year to correspond to the number made unlawful by Allah, and thus make lawful what Allah has made unlawful. The evil of their deeds has been made pleasing to them, and Allah does not guide the disbelieving people. So Hajj can be performed in any of the 4 sacred months, which are Dhul Hijjah, which is the 12th month of the Islamic lunar calendar, Muharram, which is the 1st month, Safar, the 2nd month, Rabi' al-Awwal, the 3rd month.
So what are the rituals of Hajj?
The Hajj season begins with the major pilgrimage, Al-Hajj al-Akbar, starting on the 1st of Dhul Hijjah and continuing throughout the 4 sacred months mentioned earlier. Any believer may perform Hajj during these months. The 4 essential and obligatory pillars of Hajj are intention through entering the state of Ihram, Tawaf, which is circling the Kaaba, Sari or walking between Safa and Marwa, standing at Arafat. Here are the Quran verses that support each of these pillars. First, intention through entering the state of Ihram. Allah said in chapter 2, verse 197, Hajj is during well-known months, so whoever has made Hajj obligatory upon himself during them, there is to be for him no sexual relations, no disobedience, and no arguing during Hajj. This implies the start of Hajj with the intention and entering the state of Ihram. Second, Tawaf, or circling the Kaaba. Allah said in chapter 22, verse 29, then let them end their untidiness and fulfill their vows and perform Tawaf around the ancient house. This is a clear reference to the ritual of Tawaf around the Kaaba. Third, Sari, which is walking between Safa and Marwa. Allah said in chapter 2, verse 158, indeed, Safa and Marwa are among the symbols of Allah, so whoever makes Hajj to the house or performs Umrah, there is no blame upon him for walking between them. This confirms the Sa'i ritual. Fourth, standing at Arafat. Allah said in chapter 2, verse 198, there is no blame upon you for seeking bounty from your Lord during Hajj. But when you depart from Arafat, remember Allah at al-Mashar al-Haram. This verse confirms standing at Arafat as a required part of Hajj.
What about the other rituals, Adam? Like staying overnight in Muzdalifah or throwing stones at the structure of Satan?
Staying overnight in Muzdalifah or Mina is not an essential part of Hajj and has no connection to the core rituals prescribed in the Quran. As for the stoning ritual at the stone pillars, Jamarat, it is not a Quranic command. This practice, meant to symbolize stoning Satan, was never ordained by Allah. Sadly, it has led to deadly stampedes and the loss of innocent lives as pilgrims crowd to throw stones at a man-made structure. However, the Quran does mention several authentic rituals of Hajj. First, shaving or shortening the hair before starting the rituals is recommended, as is bathing. Allah said in chapter 48, verse 27, "Certainly has Allah showed to His messenger the vision and truth. You will surely enter al-Masjid al-Haram, if Allah wills, in safety, with your head shaved and hair shortened, not fearing anyone." Second, personally offering the sacrificial animal, al-Hadi, and ensuring it reaches the poor is also encouraged. It is better than simply paying its value and relying on an unverifiable voucher. It's wise for a pilgrim to buy the animal after returning home and use it to feed the needy. The al-Hadi becomes mandatory in two cases: if you're prevented from completing Hajj or Umrah. If you perform Umrah, then Hajj with a gap in between. Allah said in chapter 2, verse 196, "And complete the Hajj and Umrah for Allah. But if you are prevented, then offer whatever can be obtained with ease of the sacrificial animal, and do not shave your heads until the offering reaches its place. And whoever among you is ill or has an ailment of the head must offer a ransom of fasting or charity or sacrifice. And when you are secure, then whoever performs Umrah during the Hajj months, followed by Hajj, must offer whatever can be obtained with ease of the sacrificial animal. But if he cannot find one, then a fast of 3 days during Hajj and 7 when you have returned. Those are 10 complete days. This is for those whose family is not present at al-Masjid al-Haram, and fear Allah and know that Allah is severe in penalty."
What about Ihram?
In the Quran, Ihram is the state of spiritual and behavioral dedication to Allah that begins the Hajj or Umrah journey. It includes intention, entering at the right time, and refraining from certain actions like sexual activity, disputes, and hunting. It reflects a mental, spiritual, and ethical commitment, not merely a change of clothing. There is no harm for the pilgrim to wear stitched or fitted clothing underneath the Ihram garments to cover himself. This is better than remaining exposed.
So what do you recommend I do to perform Hajj? Today they make it nearly impossible to get a Hajj permit. In fact, they only allow older people, which doesn't make any sense. I want to perform Hajj while I'm still physically able.
This is the ideal solution in my opinion. Let those who wish to risk their lives go during the first crowded week of the first month of the 4 sacred Hajj months. Afterwards, you can simply obtain a visit visa, Umrah, and perform the Hajj rituals during the remaining sacred months, especially since the rituals of Umrah are essentially the same as Hajj, with the added standing at Arafat. This way, a person can complete Hajj to the sacred house of Allah without hardship, suffering, or the unjustified waste of money, or worse, the wrongful loss of life. Al-Mash'ari al-Haram. It is the land adjacent to Arafat. Allah said in chapter 2, verses 198 to 199, "There is no blame upon you for seeking bounty from your Lord. But when you depart from Arafat, remember Allah at Al-Mash'ar al-Haram, and remember Him as He has guided you, for indeed you were before that among those astray. Then depart from where the people depart and ask forgiveness of Allah. Indeed, Allah is forgiving and merciful."
Thank you, Adam, for the clarity. I will definitely perform Hajj during any of the 4 sacred months. It makes perfect sense and, more importantly, aligns with the Quran. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed discovering the real Islam and found the information helpful.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you can continue learning more about Islam directly from the Quran.